I'd like for you to meet Lucky. Lucky was born during the 2021 snowpocalypse in Avalon, Texas, when the temperatures were below 32 degrees for 8 days straight. We had 13 calves born in the snow that week here. 3 of them froze to death before we could even find them. But we were able to save 2 of the weaker calves, like this little guy, by bringing him in and warming him up overnight. 2 of them were too weak to even nurse at birth, so we warmed them up and began to bottle feed them. This one is Lucky, 1 hour after he was born. Calves are usually up and nursing within minutes of birth. You can see that he's even too weak to stand. His twin brother was up immediately after birth and was following Mom away as she abandoned him, leaving him for dead. On the verge of dying, I was going to shoot him to keep him from having to freeze to death, but my wife convinced me to try and save him. I put him in a heated hut with his half-brother Norm. Norm is also an abandoned twin from a few weeks ago. After an hour or two of warming up, I was able to force feed a half bottle of colostrum into Lucky, but he was still in a near lifeless state. A few hours later, I decided to go put him out of his misery and prevent Norm from having to sleep with a dead calf in his hut that night. But when I went to the hut with a gun, his head was up. Though unable to move still, he was coherent enough to recognize that I was there. Seeing the improvement, I decided to try and give him the rest of his bottle of colostrum. The next morning, Lucky was lying outside the hut like a normal newborn calf. And this is Lucky 24 hours after he was born. He's finally learning how to walk. This is the other calf that we had to force feed. He was born in the afternoon and was too weak to walk. His mother wouldn't let me take him to warm him up, so I had to leave him in the snow all night. The next morning, she had left him for dead, and I brought him in and gave him some colostrum. I pinned his mother up with him, and after 48 hours, he was ready to be released with his mother into the herd. This is Lucky 5 days old now, running and playing with his half-brother Norm. His name is Lucky because twice when I went to put him down, my mind was changed and he managed to survive. Say thank you, Lucky.